Welcome home, everyone. How's it going? Wookie Legend here. We're continuing today with our how-to for beginners with the König. Well, I was about to say Bayern, the next ship on the line. The König, it's a fantastic battleship. It's got 305s, so they're not the biggest guns, but it's got its armor. Let's go here. It's got 150 in the front, 200, 200 on the side. That doesn't mean just go full broadside, right? Go full broadside, but it can handle its own. We're gonna go with the commander. We're gonna go with less time on heal and repair. We're gonna get the turrets a little bit faster rotating. We are building it into a secondary boat, so we're gonna start off with the long range secondary battery shells, 20% more. From there, we're going to go with one more repair, one more heal, let's say, because the repairs are endless for the Germans. When we go to equipment, right, start off always with the hull, which gives you extra of everything, right? If you want to go, look, it takes away from hit points. You want more hit points, the more the better. When you can, upgrade then guns and then propulsion, when you can. Of course, we can right now, actually, both. So let's just do it. Might as well. I'll show you guys what that's like. Try not to use any free XP on this type of stuff, okay, guys? If you can, play the game without it. Get enough XP, then go for it for sure. Right now, we don't need an upgrade for that. For this one, damage control, because we will be burning. And for this one, we want our secondaries higher, because we are going for a secondary build. Now, without a flag, we have our secondaries at 7.1. Once you put a signal on, sorry, flag, I keep calling it flag, but it's a signal. Once you put your signal on, this one right here, the Mike Yankee, you will get even more, 7.5. 7.5 at tier 5 is not bad. Not bad at all. Now, it could be better, obviously, when we go... was it this one? This is a reload. And, yeah, no. For this tier, it is 7.5. There's a couple of premium ships that are a little bit further, but that's premium ships for you. Okay, let's get a camo on. Doesn't matter which one, as long as we have one. Equipment set. 305s. Let's see how we do. Now, it is a bit of a brawly ship because of all the armor, but I don't recommend you start right away with brawling. Most brawly ships are good at mid to late game, so that they can actually go into the brawl with more health, right? If you go in early, the team's still together. They're still looking at the first ship they see, which will be you, and then you're dead. So you want to position yourself around the islands and try to take pot shots at anything that you can. Cruisers, if destroyers are there, destroyers, right? And then once, as the game is progressing and the enemy team's moving around and kind of not in formation anymore, right? They're all over the place. That's when you kind of have to focus on the mini map and make your choice of where to go. So then you can have your, armor and secondaries and main guns while you're tanking for your team. Hopefully your team understands that, and then they can help you kind of dismantle what's left. At that point, they should be a lot less health on the enemy team, so it'll be easy to manage with them. That's always the case. If you can, doesn't matter what ship you are, a 1v1 situation is always better than a 2v1 against you. So position yourself again, and if you have to leave the situation, because when two ships are shooting at you, the chance of you surviving is obviously a lot less. All right, we are playing against 7s, which is always fantastic, but it's not impossible. Luckily, these guys aren't with crazy big guns, so we could manage this. I know Gneisel has torpedoes, so we need to stay away from that. Ashitaka, we can deal with that. Mackinson secondaries will probably get us there. And Cesare has decent guns, so we gotta stay away from him. The Kaiser is not gonna be a problem. He's a 4. Unfortunately, he got pulled up with his 5. Minsk has, I believe, 4k torps, so we just need to stay away from him. And he has about 6k torps, I believe. 5k torps. Pensacola is easy to kill. Königsberg is easy to kill. We got this. Let me just turn these on. If you don't remember all your stats, just turn it on. Turn on these two also, the name and the range, and then just make the water more transparent depending on what you want. Obviously, if you're having trouble seeing it, right? And then I keep it transparent because sometimes you do see things coming this way across the screen that you want to see, right? If you're blocking it, then you always have to move your camera to see it. Now, this kind of isn't good because we're about to go into the battle without this guy even logged in. Not logged in, but he's not in the battle. And he's naked. And, well, at least Devonshire and Gunais and I were coming here. Now he's going backwards. Well, that's nice. I guess instead of him clicking W to go forward, he could... Yeah. I just type to him, because he is here. Unless he's a bot. Sometimes they're bots. Kind of sucks. Because what happens is what they turn on their game all day, and this is what happens. So win or lose, he's just getting XP. Slowly, but surely, right? It's a... Well, they try to crack down on that kind of stuff. If he does nothing, he gets nothing. Right, I will wait for this Devonshire. He's still backing up, so... I'm letting him know that we're kiting. I think he knows that already. Whatever came into the camp is right over here, because I'm not spotted. Oh, he's out of the camp, though. Interesting. Alright, spotted. I always have HE loaded for the first round, because if it is a DD, the chance of me getting a lot of damage on that DD is a must. Alright. Actually, I'm going to go back to HE quickly. I should have stayed HE, because if he comes around the corner, I can't do anything to him. With AP, not as much as I can with HE, so... Okay. He's going to go that way, I'm going to go this way. Yep. Shitaka is going to take another shot at me, I believe. Now, this is the Minsk. So I don't have to worry about him torping me. So I'm going to just open up on him. Twice now I fire HE at him, so maybe he'll soften up his angle a little bit. Okay, there's the Minsk. Well, we're not getting torped, so... We're just going to angle as much as we can. Alright. Oh, he's leaving now. Okay, even with AP, we're firing at the DD. We're not taking exceptions here. Any damage is good damage. We're gonna thank him. Now what's going to happen is we need to go dark. And we can go dark because he's in smoke and he's out of our range. We're going to go back to HE. There you go. We're going to switch our guns around because we're going to go right through that crack where the Devonshire is. The rest of our team is coming this way. So what's going to happen is we need to transition to B. To A. So I'm telling everyone that's going to A right now, as you can see, all of these guys are coming here for no reason. We already have it. I'm telling them go B. That is a must. If they don't see that now, it's too late. They're all slow, right? We need to transition now while they're on the run and they're out of position. It's just a Gneisenau now and a Minsk. This guy's completely out of the battle, so we don't need to engage him anymore. All right, telling them again to go B. They're not reading the minimap, especially this guy. I'm telling him, hey, let's go B. No. So he's going to go by himself against the Minsk. There's nothing we can do here. It's very common with newer players that the positioning is just not there. The minimap awareness isn't there, right? It's little things like this that add up to a team winning or losing. So when you're aware early on how to read the minimap and where to go and why to go there, you're going to set yourself up for success. That's why it's always important to read the chat, even though sometimes it can be quite toxic. This guy, all he had to do was read the chat, and I explained it very simple. Please read the minimap. Everyone go to B. He didn't read the minimap. That's why he's going around the long way. Luckily, the Fuso and Gneisenau, which is funny because the Gneisenau is our top tier guy. They're finally reading the map, which is good. That's what we need. Now, if we can, we take shots at the DD. If we can't, we take the shots at the BB. Our Farah, being a bot, still hit his torps. Fantastic, but he is just throwing away his ship. We needed him alive, even though he got him with torps. That wasn't the point. Like, the point is to stay alive and win, not to just YOLO and die. Because look, this guy's still alive, yes, but our destroyer is now dead. We are winning. Don't get me wrong. There's a time and a place to sacrifice, but there's also a time and a place to not, because games turn around so fast all the time. I'm sure that most of you have been in a game where you're like, oh, we won, yeah, everything's great, and then your team just tries to win harder and then you lose. Okay, we're going to AP. Everyone needs to fire on the Ashitaka. There's another fire. Don't be afraid to shoot HE, guys. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, why are you shooting HE? Well, it's part of the arsenal, and there's a time and a place for HE and AP. When they're soft angled like this, you can hit their armor and do a lot more damage. When they're angled to you, HE is the way to go. You burn them, you get them, cause them to use their repair and damage gone, right? You set them up for later on for them to be not prepared for a fight, right? If they're on cooldown on repair, or they have no more heals, then you're winning that battle. I have 4 to go. I'm still healthy, right? Don't just use them right away. Like, look, this fight right here. If it's just me against him, I'm gonna need all my health possible, right? I want to break the distance though, because I can use my secondaries over his. I put the little A on, which gives better dispersion for your secondaries. We know there's a DD here, right? The only other ship is another DD, so they need to sneak up on us, because they're not going to be able to point blank stealth torp us. Not these 2 DDs, at least. The Minsk and the Farah have to be spotted to torp, unless they're kiting, and they're not going to be kiting. It's not a position that we're going to put them in. All right. I'm on a soft angle to him. We got away with a lot of damage there, being blocked. When the damage comes in white, yellow, or red, that just depends on how much damage they do to you. Obviously, red's the worst. Yellow, you've mitigated a lot of it. White is minimum. So that's always a good thing. You want to obviously angle as much as you can so they do the least amount of damage to you. And then dispersion beats you up. Okay, I'm getting closer to him. That's the whole point. I am going to start deviating, because if I'm going straight, they can just torp me straight. I am going to avoid them, because this is the bigger threat. For me, at least. For them, I know that I just need to dodge. All they have is torps. That's their equalizer. That's how they deal with battleships. But if they don't hit me, then they don't have that. This guy's in a lot of trouble because he's a 1v4. And it's funny, a map awareness for the Fuso and Iron Duke, they went after the other battleship, which they didn't have to. They really didn't have to. Okay, switching to HE now. And turning. Full turn. Full turn. These guys are in a position where they don't need to be, but I'll play their game. I will chase. And I will turn my ship overturning my guns because it's a lot faster. So do like little cheats like this will get you far. He can see me, so the next guy will probably come around here and try to torp me. I'm gonna pretend like I'm just going straight, so he does shoot the torps there, and then I'm gonna turn in. But we'll see what happens here. Might not happen. I did put up the plane because usually when it's a map with no CV, Shures leave their AA on. And if the plane catches them, their AA will go off and I'll spot them. So I'm not using it for... I'm not using it as a spotter plane to shoot further. They're right in front of me. There we go. So the big problem here is... See? He had his AA on. Exactly what I told you. See how he's trying to shoot down my plane? Well, even if... Let's say he didn't have his smoke on. I would have known he's there. Going into it, I know where to aim my guns preemptively. Right? And I want to angle away from him. So it gives them the indicator that I'm going here. So he's going to try to torp here. And because he's not going to shoot at me at first, he's going to be dumping torps. And I'm going to be turning in and dodging them. You're setting up the success. And you're telling them where to torp you. Right? Now the fact that the Minsk isn't even here and spotting me, he will in a second. As soon as I'm spotted, I'm stopping and turning. As soon as I'm spotted. Oh, he shot them not knowing where I was. And when you're in this situation, always wait. Trust me, you'll spot me and have enough time to torp me. Even if you die, you can still hit your torps. Preemptive torps like this, now he has no torps. I can rush him right now and not worry about it. Now his buddy's over here because I'm not spotted. So I get to just turn the guns. Let me go the other way. It's little things like this, guys, that honestly, they just add up to victory, or you being alive, or you doing damage. Like it's practice makes perfect. Knowing that the DD will play only one way or another, like there's only so many things they can do. So you need to know what they are because you've played that ship also. I've played that other destroyer. I know what he's capable of. I've played this ship. I know what it's capable of. Right? The Minsk, I know what it can do too. So I can handle 1 or 2 torps. I won't die. Right? But just doing the same old, and then complaining, not a way to do it. So learn from the mistakes and learn from what is working for you. Oh, this worked for me this time. And next time it happens, I know exactly what to do. Right? The mistakes. Oh, this didn't work for me. I gotta remember this. So next time, right, it's easier. Now, I have a feeling he's around here. There's nowhere else he can be. Because my spotting is 14-1. Actually, he could be over here. Yeah, he could be. Yeah, I think he might have turned and gone that way to A. Or here. And if that's the case, we went on time anyway, so. Yeah, he just ran. That's okay. There's a game. Even without our DD, because he was a bot and he did bot stuff, which is unfortunate, right? It's unfortunate for a teammate to not be there, right? That's one player away from 12. Not, well, obviously it wasn't 12 this time, but him just not being here, it doesn't matter the person. People still do this. It kind of sucks. But there you go. Be aware of what you're doing. Angle, right? We were bottom tier. We were against 7s. So the chance of us surviving was very slim. But because we played it correctly, we helped out our team. The team helped us out, right? We typed in as much as we can positive stuff about what to do, trying to help out the rest of the players that are maybe new, right? Put in the time, practice. You'll be fantastic at it. Thank you guys for being here. Wookie Legend, and I'm out. Bye for me.